was colorism and all the BS that comes with it. So first let's define colorism.
Colorism.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at something else outside that kind of caught my attention.
Oh, no, I'm like, why are you looking at Gary like that?
No, I'm looking at, I'll tell you about it later on what I saw and what I heard a while back. But colorism is basically being prejudiced towards someone based on the shade of color that they are.
Right.
Kind of the same thing as racism.
Right. But it's not.
Yeah.
The whole light skin versus dark skin thing in the black community.
Light skin versus dark skin. Good hair versus bad hair. You know, this versus that. It's all that's
brown
all up under
paper
the
bag test.
Yes, all up
stuff.
under colorism umbrella.
Yeah. Like colorism is like a prong from the racism umbrella.
It stems from.
Yeah. It's a branch of the tree.
Yeah.
And it's all rooted in. I was trying to figure this out because I remember. Because colorism is not only in the United States.
Right.
When it comes to black people, there's colorism in other
parts of the world.
Yeah, I was gonna say countries.
Man, like I heard like
or cultures.
Yeah, like parts of Africa, they be trying to like burn albino people.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's in the islands. It's in South America, it's in
Asia,
India, in Asia, China, all of Asia,
all of Asia, they want to be white as snow.
Especially like it's crazy in those like Afro Latina countries and stuff like Brazil and like Cuba and stuff like that. Like if you're a black Cuban, the like lighter skinned Cubans like make fun of you and cast you out and stuff.
Yeah, and then the bleaching of skin. That's going on in the Dominican Republic and all that jazz.
That's
and
crazy.
We know that it started. Well, I would say it's more prominent in the United States, and that comes from slavery. But I think colorism has been around for a very long time, maybe before slavery. The only reason I would say that is because that was kind of their way of making sense of why they were enslaving black people.
Explain that a little bit more.
Like we look this way, they look that way. They are inferior to us. They are beneath us.
Okay, I can see that. But would you call that colorism? Because that was that other blacks?
I would say it's colorism because I've said on here that we're all one race.
Right.
We're all one race, but I would say that would be the beginning stages of it. Okay,
I got you. Because I don't feel like white people have colorism in their community. I don't feel like I've never heard a white person say, "Oh, he's so."
They do,
but not to the point where they will.
You pink and I'm gray.
It's not to the point where they will like make you feel less than.
10 people were better looking people. According to white people, because to me, white people you look like a raw chicken or a cooked chicken.
And it's so weird. They hate on us for the color of our skin, but then they spend millions of dollars tanning their skin.
Yeah, giving themselves cancer just to look darker.
Right.
Because they know it's colorism in white people too.
Wow. But it's not as prominent.
Because they do talk about complexion and
being pasty.
Yeah, being pasty or pale or fair skin or being tan.
Gingers. They do that. People, they talk about like redheads.
And they talk about gingers. White people the one who came out saying some gingers ain't got no soul. That's why they so pale.
White people are racist against everybody.
Well, maybe
it's just hidden.
It might be not as prominent in their community as it is with ours, because our community have went to great lengths to change their skin color besides just tanning, because you can go to the tanning parlor and be in there for 90 minutes and you get the golden brown that you want. We are putting ourselves on the line. We even making our kids believe that being light is white. I mean, being light is right. So I don't know if it's a problem for them like it is for us, because I feel like that when it comes to colorism, it's so many areas of colorism that it's almost hard to even just to define it.
Yeah.
Because even as babies, like we look at so whenever somebody has a baby, if they want to know what color that baby gonna be, what they look at? The nail beds. They look at the ears. They look at whatever to see what color the scrotum. What color is my baby gonna be? Yeah. Why does that matter? You just know that you had a baby. You had a baby that's healthy.
Well, sometimes it helps to see who the daddy is.
Oh my goodness! But that don't even work because
if your baby is like dark, it was that was him.
That
could have been him.
That was Lamont.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because Lamont is darker than the other guy.
Than Gary. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like super light skinned, but my son is like is a lot darker than I am.
Your son is dark, and that's the thing. That's what I was just about to bring up. You see how I got 2 kids that are very much light skinned, light complected, and then I got one that's about my color, and then I got one that's a little bit lighter than that. So it don't really matter. And you see their dad. So you got me who's like regular brown. Is that a thing? Regular brown. And then you got they daddy who's a little bit lighter brown. And
I thought he was the same color as you.
Is he? He a postman. He work in the sun, but his natural color is a little lighter than me.
Yeah.
But we got kids that are just like all colors of the spectrum. It's like how did that happen? You know what I mean? There ain't no mixing going on between him and I. So.
But just like some of the people in Africa. They be black, and kid come out albino.
Yellow, yeah.
No, girl, albino is not yellow.
I'm talking about but they got kids that come out yellow
yeah.
Albino is a
but that's how you know we are the source of life. Because because white can only give off white.
Right. Yeah.
But once you put just a little bit of black, it changes everything.
All the way down to how you talk, I'm just saying.
Yeah, changes everything. But I remember white people used to be racist against their own people.
Yeah.
During slavery and before the mass immigration that happened during after the Civil War, because at first white people did separate themselves about how what country they came from.
Yeah.
Like they had the Irish, Italians, Jews, like all those people lived in ghettos and all the other stuff, and they probably wasn't mixing well with people who were from Britain or
right,
or from France,
right?
Black people and poor whites,
and then next thing you know, black people are free. Next thing you know, that's when you get the whole lump of okay, now all of us is white.
Yeah,
ain't no you're Italian, you're German, you're Russian. No, we're all just white now.
Right.
But at first they didn't even like each other.
Right. But they came together for a cause.
Yeah, they came together.
So, what would you say your experience with colorism?
I didn't have any.
Never.
No, because I was from both ends of the spectrum.
Right.
I've been really black and I've been really light. Right. So it's like for real. When I was a baby, I was light, and then when I got older as a kid, I was brown, and then every summer we go swimming every day. And then we moved to Texas, going swimming every day. I was always in the sun, and so the older I got, the darker I got.
Right.
And so I never had anybody tell me or try to add my color into. I had white people be like, "You don't act like other black people." I had that type of thing. But as far as like my own people, my own black people, no, I've never had to experience colorism. Nah, I did participate in it a little bit.
Well, yeah, we taught that. We taught colorism from the top.
But it was just this one chick. This one chick, she was a hoe, and her mama was a hoe, and they were light skinned. And so you used to call them hoes. Yeah, that light skinned hoe. And then it wasn't until I got to know them, I was like, oh, y'all really are hoes. So it's not like that we hate you because of your skin color, because you're light skin.
Right.
No, you just a hoe.
So it's not that you a light skin hoe. You just a regular hoe.
Yeah, you just a regular hoe. It just so happened you are light skin.
Right.
Right. And then I went to school. There was like a couple of white people that went to our school. And then when I moved here, Texas like really diverse. When I was a kid, there was Indians, Africans, Asian. It was a whole bunch of people.
Everybody, a little bit of everybody.
So I never saw that when I moved to Texas. Really, I never saw how. Oh, they light skinned. We treat them differently.
Right.
Or they're dark skinned, so we treat them differently. Never experienced that. Well, I asked my sister. My sister has been told, "Oh, you're pretty for a black girl."
Black girl. I think women experience it more throughout adolescence, and I think men hear it more as an adult.
Right.
Because I can remember hearing, "Oh, light skinned dudes,
got good hair.
They got good hair." But they not as rough. They not as hard. Like if you want,
they so sensitive.
Yeah, they sensitive.
And that's
cry.
true. That's true.
I won't say it's the reason why I say it's not true is because water? I feel like it shouldn't. No, your hardness or how you gonna deal with a situation has nothing to do with your skin color. Like Drake had made a song, and in the song he said, "I might be light skinned, but I'm rough like a dark skin," like something along those lines. Yeah, and it's like, why do you have to say that? You know what I'm saying? If you a man and you know how to stand up for yourself and be a man, it shouldn't have nothing to do with your color.
Right.
Just like we were talking earlier.
Fun of Drake of being so sensitive.
Yeah, they say, "Oh, he's sensitive. He cry. He sing."
That's but what light-skinned dudes do.
Usher sing. I mean, there's plenty of dark-skinned men who sing and are sensitive, but they don't get labeled soft because they are darker. Just like we was talking earlier, we were saying that when you want a leading man in Hollywood, you want a leading man, you're going to get a dark-skinned black man. Yeah. When you want a leading woman, you're going to get a light-skinned white woman, black woman. But when you want a support role, you're gonna get a dark skinned black woman. When you want that flavor,
that's how it was with Martin,
right?
How Gina was the high yellow girl with the big face,
right? And then, but Pam was Pam
had the attitude.
She gave you attitude,
and it was like that in cartoons with the Brown family.
I even said that like in that movie House Party. How, you know what I'm saying, Tisha Campbell, the light skin, her parents were rich and all that, and then the dark skinned chick, I forgot, Shireen was her name. She lived in the hood.
Where her little brother pouring all that Kool-Aid.
All that sugar in that Kool-Aid. That Kool-Aid look like, ugh.
She was like, my teeth just hurt just looking at it.
But if you think about it, and this is where I hate colorism, because when you think about aesthetics, if you look at what's her name, Shireen in the movie, I forget.
AJ Johnson,
and then you look at Tisha Campbell, and just like if you look at Pam, Sheena Arnold, if you look at aesthetically, I would feel like the darker women, in my opinion,
were better looking.
Yo, Shireen was about it.
That's what I'm
House
saying.
Party,
but real. She didn't get that. She didn't get that starring role because of her skin color, and that's why I said that even white people perpetuate colorism, because when you want to see a strong man, you get that dark man, you get that tall man, but when you want to see a Captain Saver, you get the light skinned man.
But then the other side to that coin, you got people like Tyler Perry, where it's the dark skinned man that's the enemy, right. The bad guy, and it's the brown skin or the light skinned dude, where it's like, I like him. I'm gonna give you treat me better than my husband, so let me leave him for you.
Yeah, even also like in just dating, like I've heard people say, or men say, and I feel like a lot of the colorism that women feel comes from men. Because I've heard men say, "Oh, you can treat that dark skinned woman however, but this light skinned woman, you gotta treat her like a princess." I've heard it. Like I even heard it from family members. I'm like, all my brothers and stuff are like brown, dark skinned men, and they always say, "Oh, I'm gonna give me one of them little light skins. I'm gonna do her right." But they baby mamas or the people they choose to have children with are a darker complexion, and they treat them a little bit different. Yeah, you know what I mean? Dang. And it's like, why do you treat her a certain way because she dark, or she looks like something that you don't like about yourself? Because I feel like,
but then why even have a baby with her?
Because it's internally, it's something that you desire. Okay, you know what I mean. You want that, but at the same time, you feel like
like towards society. You know what I'm saying?
Just like black men that get a certain status in life, they graduate from dark skin and they go into light skin.
Eventually white girl.
Yeah, because they go into sections like in college is light skin. When they,
the pros,
they go ahead and just jump over the line and get them a white one.
Over the rainbow and under the bullshit. Yeah,
because it's looked at as you hired to that. You're ready for that next level in life, which is
so weird.
Which is crazy, because I feel like black people, if you look at a black couple and a black couple that's like on the same level and that's unified, they can move mountains. if they put their heads together. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like black people on some issues are superior. You know, on some even thinking. When you put two strong black people together, they can overcome so much. But when you got this imbalance of, can we talk about racism because my wife is white? Is she gonna get offended? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get to the next level? Because you always gonna be imbalance. So
the Bible said, well, I don't know exactly.
I was waiting on you to quote the Bible.
But it has something to do with evenly yoked.
Yes.
Don't get with someone you're not evenly yoked with. And so that means don't get somebody that is not on the same thinking
as you.
As you.
They can't relate to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you just can't. I mean, I'm not saying that she can't empathize with you. I'm not saying that he can't empathize with you. If I had a white man and I was talking to him right now about what was going on, he can't be like, oh, I feel your pain. I see where you're coming from. He can just say.
Serena Williams' husband did.
Well, he did, but he didn't. He did. Would he have done that if he wasn't married to her?
Probably not.
That's what I'm saying. So he's doing that just to look a certain way for her because his daughter's black, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But I need you to be a straight up white person and doing stuff like that. Got you a
not
white
just
woman.
Because.
Not because you married to somebody black. Do that because you know that's what's right.
Right.
And the black man or the black woman that you want to fill your position, are they gonna be a black person or are they gonna be a aesthetically black?
Right. Are they gonna be
or
Rachel Dolezal?
Right. We thought you was black. Your hair was a little curly.
Or Candace Owens.
You know what?
Man.
Anyway.
You brought it up. Nah, I just had to.
But anyway, so Gary, by you being a light-skinned man, and I just want to hear how...
But not just light-skinned, but mixed.
You're mixed. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You're mixed. You're no race. How
so
does
due
colorism,
to me being mixed.
How does colorism affect you?
I mean, it's never really, like, stopped any, like, blessings or, like, closed any doors, really, you know what I'm saying, like that, as far as, like, in my own community. Nah, I wouldn't say that. I would say, like, sometimes I feel like being mixed or being light-skinned in the black community can be worse, if not just as bad, because it's kind of like catching flack on both sides, you know, because when I'm with my black family, I can never be black enough, you know. I'm just light skinned, you know what I'm saying. I'd be like, man, get your high your ass away, you know what I'm saying. I've heard that a lot. And then when I'm with my family, you know, they're Hispanic, and when I'm with them, they're like, oh, you're the black kid, you know what I'm saying. So it's kind of like, man, I can't really just solidly identify with one group, you know what I'm saying. And I know y'all see the memes on Facebook, you know, the light skin memes, like, this is how light skins check their pizza, and it's always like a dude drop down in the splits or something like that. Yeah, you know.
Oh, this how light skinned man look when he wet.
But it's so
even
funny.
all throughout like school, like junior high and high school, and then anytime I try to approach a woman or something, like, you light skinned with long hair, nah, you a player, you a pretty boy, nah, you know.
So what was your preference? Because I've heard that light-skinned men or mixed men like darker women because they're because of a certain, I don't know.
Well, no, let's figure out why before we.
Okay.
Because I got an opinion on that too.
Okay.
So let's just say.
Is that why? Well, yeah, like.
What's your preference? Do you prefer dark-skinned women over
black of the berry, the sweet of the juice? Yeah, like I've never ever dated or had relations with a non-black woman ever.
Okay, but skin tone.
They've always been, like chocolate or better, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I've shown y'all pictures of my son's mom, and like,
no,
nah.
But we know who she is, though.
Yeah.
Facebook stalking.
You said you know who she is?
Yeah, you don't know her.
Yeah, well, we've seen her. We did a little bit of detectiveness.
Heck yeah, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like, they're about like your color, your color or darker. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's just because I don't know. Maybe it's
is that
like
who you relate
track.
to the most, or is
because
are they easier? Because I've heard darker skinned women are easier. I've heard that too. I've heard a lot of stuff.
Are you easier?
Man, I feel
it's only on Thursday.
Like
on payday, on early direct deposit day, you easy.
Not.
No, I'm not. I have a lot of standards for myself, and that's No.
Okay.
I feel like as far as like toughness wise and attitude wise, I haven't seen any difference between like lighter skinned women and darker skinned women. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All y'all got attitudes. No,
it's real stuff. Like we all do.
Yeah,
we all
like
have our
the
times.
attitudes and the temperaments, like all that is pretty much the same and average and everything like that. Honestly.
And I'm glad you said that, Gary, because I'm so tired of, people perpetuating that, dark skinned women they always working their neck, they always got an attitude. But I have, like I said,
I've encountered a super easy
mixed.
light skinned chick, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've encountered a super easy darker skinned chick.
It just depends on that person.
Right.
It's the person.
I don't have a skin tone preference.
But I love chocolate.
To me,
I love chocolate
stupid.
too. I just love
to
chocolate.
me, it's stupid because, well, especially since if you ain't had it all. I've had all from white to really black.
I'm easy on.
I'm not really like white.
You ask me what days I'm easy on. You done had it all.
That was back in the day.
Oh, Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors,
38 flavors.
Man,
Because I've had a spectrum of people, so I'm like, I don't have a preference. To me, if we vibe, we vibe.
But when it comes down to those
but
hard
now majority
conversations,
has been dark skin.
Majority. But so you would say if you had to pinpoint a preference for yourself, it would be a dark skin.
I won't pinpoint it.
Okay, if it was a row of people and you were attracted to them evenly, which one would it be? Would it be the light skinned man or the dark skinned man?
Knowing me, I'll try all of them before I.
Bro, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We trying everybody. Let me just see what he's talking about first.
Right.
No. I love chocolate. I ain't gonna say I've always liked chocolate, but
But of course, I would like someone who someone more
like
who looks like me.
Yeah, I want somebody who can relate to me. And when it comes to light skinned men or do this better than a dark skinned man or dark skinned man do this better than that, I wouldn't say that that's true either, because I've had light skinned men who are this way and then that way. Then I've had a darker skinned man who are this way and that way. So it don't really matter as far as the skin tone. It's just really the person. But colorism, I feel like if the black community cannot come together on colorism, we can't come together on racism.
No,
we just can't. Like, we can't be divided here and then together over here.
Right.
We have to be together and united on everything. And we have to just make sure that we all know that we're all love. We're all, at the end of the day, white people don't give a damn if you light skin or dark skin. You black to them.
but it's just coincidentally, majority of the people who have been dying were black people, were dark skinned people by the police.
Yeah, because like I said, darker skinned men are more of a threat in their eyes when they see
A threat and a fantasy for some odd reason.
At the same time, it's like the women desire them more than anything, and then
some
the
of the
men are
men.
scared of the men too. We're not talking about that.
and that's another struggle of being light skinned, because sometimes in the black community I can't be black enough, or I'm not black enough, or you know what I'm saying, I'm not dark enough to know what it's like, but I still get pulled over just as much, you know what I'm saying, like to these cops.
But you were a criminal, so
But
because I was first profiled.
Yeah.
Because I was first profiled if I was, you know what I'm saying,
it's them
just
locks, maybe. I don't know.
That's another thing here. If Gary didn't have locks, let's say he had a low haircut or a fade or something like that, would he be looked at differently? And I feel like that's the thing.
I look at him differently now. I know he got locks.
But I'm talking about white people. Like, I'm talking about when you think about colorism. When I see a dark skinned man and he got on a button down and he got a low haircut and he got on maybe some slacks or whatever, I'm gonna say, oh, he a businessman. If I see a dark skinned man, he got locks, he got on a fitted cap, he got on baggy jeans, a baggy shirt, maybe even a do rag, I'm gonna say, oh, he might be.
I'm trying to figure out who that be.
That's my son's mama.
Oh,
Right?
that's a nice filter.
Don't do that.
It is a filter. Am I lying? Anyway,
but do y'all hear? I'm
more confused on how a dude with locks got on a fitted cap.
I'm saying, I wasn't saying they got on both at the same time. I'm saying that even me as a black woman, I'm gonna look at this man and he could be the one that's a thug, and this guy could be the one that owns 3 businesses. But I'm looking at him and I'm judging him differently. What you think white people doing?
Yeah,
they judging him even harder than me, because when he walk by me, I'm not gonna clench my purse. I'm not gonna lock my door.
Right.
I'm gonna just say he a thug. I'm just gonna say he a thug and But this man that's walking up in these slacks, I'm be like, oh, he a businessman. He might be able to help me start my business. And it could be the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just think about, if I'm thinking like that as a black woman and part of his community, how you think white people thinking about him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the sad part. That's why I say that we as a community have to get over this colorism.
How do you think we can?
we just have to realize that everybody is a part of our community, whether they
are white people,
whether they are albino, whether they are mixed. One drop rule applies.
That came from racism. We trying to get rid of that.
If you got one drop of black, you part of my community. Because if we want to get over colorism, we have to let
we got to realize all black people are one.
We have to.
No matter what we do. Right. I was thinking about.
We have to.
Now I can't get that song out of my head.
That's the only way. So we can't keep on fighting for equality as far as
equality
else,
with white people.
And we can't be equality in our own community.
Can't run when the left shoe is tied up and the right one is untied. You can't run like that.
We have to be together. And I feel like if we can't do that, then we gonna always have this problem. We gonna always be saying, we want better, we want equal rights. But what about equal rights within our own at the house? Take her home.
What they said, you can't sweep your own. You can't sweep somebody else's porch and you ain't swept your own.
Thank you. Get your house in order.
Amen.
That's all it is. I'm sick of you. Something is wrong with him, Gary. Something's wrong with him. But yeah. Oh my goodness. But you know what? By you being a darker complected person, I'm happy to hear that you've never experienced colorism, because I've heard it too. Like your sister. Oh, you cute for a dark skin girl?
Well, my sister's like way darker than me.
But still.
Well, no, I wouldn't even say she's way darker. She's darker. But I've never seen her like anyway. Like, oh, she's pretty to be dark. I'm just like, she's black.
Yeah.
She's
because she's your sister.
Yeah.
But even in my household, sometimes my brown daughter would say something about my light skinned son. You crying? You acting like a light skin, and he is light skinned. And I always have to be like, look, don't do your brother like that.
Just say he's sensitive.
He crying. Yeah, he crying because he's probably crying because he's 9 or 10.
Around a whole bunch of women.
Yeah, and he around a whole bunch of girls, and we be crying. So
all y'all on the same menstrual.
Right, we synced up. We synced up, so he be on that. I learned from y'all his menstrual.
Right.
On our menstrual. So he be crying too. He wants some chocolate. He want ice cream just like us. But
he sure was eating out the car in the day.
Well, you seen him.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
And then he walked to the kitchen and I had my hand down. He was like, ain't nothing in there. I'm like, you that bastard, I'm trying to throw it away. I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah. Don't call my baby no fat bastard.
No, I didn't call him that. This is just what I'm saying now. His dad was right there. I wasn't finna be disrespectful.
His daddy would probably be like, man.
When he was sitting on the floor eating it, I was just like, boy, this is too far.
But you know what's crazy is that when I have changed a lot, because when I had Sean, my first son, and he turned brown, I was happy. And he wasn't brown when he first came out, y'all. Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah, my son was super yellow.
Yeah, he was yellow when he first came out.
Who is Chinese baby?
He turned brown after like a month or so. But when Shane didn't turn brown, I was a little disappointed.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie. And that's that's something I had to start trying to change, because I never wanted light-skinned kids.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted kids that looked like me. Even my first daughter, when she didn't get darker, because I kept looking at that nail bed like...
Yeah, because she's so light.
She's yellow. She looked just like me, but she yellow. And it's like, why she yellow? And I had to think about it like, I know her daddy. It is him. I had to think about it like, was I doing... I wasn't doing that. No, he was before.
Oh my God, you doing just a little bit too much.
I'm just playing.
But it is crazy. Like my dad, so like he had me with a Hispanic woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I am this color. And then my dad had my younger brother. You know my younger brother with a white woman, and he's darker than me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
He's darker.
Lighter than him.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna be rude. I would say dirtier.
Yeah.
Because that's the way. No, because that's what I. Because sometimes when people who are black and white, sometimes they look dirty. Not saying that they are dirty, but just the complexion is just it's totally different.
Yeah, it's like that white messes up the.
Y'all wrong. Y'all so wrong. So
but no,
like dirty chalkboard?
No, like dirty as in like, oh my, I don't even know how to put it.
I'm trying to figure out about. Like,
I'm gonna show you a picture, and that's what I mean about dirty.
Like it doesn't look as much of a clean as if black mixed with something else.
Or pure, and that's a bad way to put it. But
like it's rough.
Yeah.
Like white shouldn't mix with black. Nah. You said it. You said
I didn't say that. But it was. But I wouldn't say he's darker than you because to me, all light skin, no matter what they just like to me.
Yeah, but there's different levels of light skin though.
And then that's where I go the dirty to clean.
I don't
dirty to light skin.
That.
Trust me.
Please enlighten me.
Right. Because I remember I had a teacher. She I want to say she was mixed, but I don't know. She was light skinned, had brown hair, and had freckles. Mm-hmm. But to me, I was like, she looks dirty.
Was it because of the freckles?
It was just her skin complexion. It was pretty, but I don't know why dirty was just coming into my head about it.
And even when you're considered light skin, it's different degrees and variations of that.
Yeah, different types of light skin or brown skin.
Gary,
it's just weird.
On, Facebook.
What happened? Who commented? I know. I'm gonna start cussing Gary out for real. Who commented? Do you not see it?
It says, at what point do y'all ever notice the individual and not the stereotype?
Who said that?
Vaughn said that.
Vaughn
and the thing
Smith.
about it is that it's a stereotype, but it's not us that's just noticing it. It's being perpetuated.
But see,
that's what
I was saying
it's
that I won't pick.
This on purpose.
That's what I was saying. I won't pick a color. If we're vibing, we just vibing.
I get that.
No, I'm talking about that's to respond to something. Looking at the individual and not the stereotype.
Right. And I don't feel like it's just like a stereotype. It's like it's something that it is a stereotype, but it's also something that we are being taught as babies. Just like I said, when we little.
I don't know, because
we being taught that.
Some of the stuff I say about light skinned people is only because I've dealt with light skinned people or I dealt with dark skinned people.
But when we know that it was a difference between us if we didn't hear that at the house.
No, because I always knew we were black.
That's what I'm saying.
But I would tell a light skinned dude, you sensitive.
But what I'm saying is that if we hadn't been taught that from the house, would we even be talking about it?
That talk didn't even go on in our house.
So your mama or your daddy never said anything about it?
Because my dad is chocolate, dark skin. My mom's light skin.
So it was just based on personal experience.
Just personal experience.
Light skins are sensitive.
Like light skin to white dudes. If I hit them and they bruise easily, I'm like, you so sensitive.
I mean, that's like physically though. I'm talking about emotionally and stuff.
Well, let me finish. And then when I'm talking to them, it be the light skinned ones that get caught up in their feelings. Just a little bit more often than when it came to dark skinned dudes and women.
I feel like I've dealt with more dark skinned people in my life as far as like family members across the board, family members, friends, dating, romantic or whatever, and dark men cry just as much.
Yeah. Tell them, Lupita.
Yeah, I'm just saying because my brothers be crying they ass off and they dark.
And I ain't gonna.
I'm like, boy, if you don't quit all that,
I ain't gonna negate your experience. What I experienced was mine, and what you experienced is yours.
That's true.
So what I be saying, it ain't me mirroring or echoing what I learned in the street or what we see on TV and stuff. This is just what I saw. Yeah. And I'm just commenting on what I saw and what I've seen and what I've dealt with.
Right. But it is a stereotype, and we do need to change the narrative of that. We need to teach our children. I don't every time, and I know we got to wrap it up, but every time my kids say something that's pertaining to light skin, dark skin, boop boop boop, I always try to correct it. Now, I ain't gonna say I've did before, but I do now because I don't want. I'm trying to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
We all one. And when they look at us, they looking at us as black.
Yeah.
So that's my final say on that.
Right. So don't forget, you guys, we do have a Facebook page where we upload our videos called Pick a Struggle Show. And I upload these on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, which is Dre Day All Day Every Day. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Can we go out now? Or?
And thank you, Vaughn Smith, for your comment and watching every week.
Right. Thank you. We really do appreciate him or her.
Him. Don't do that.
No, because I've met girls named Vaughn.
I know a female Vaughn.
Okay, but this one's not. Anyway.
Oh, do you know Mr. Vaughn?
Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
See, you should never open your mouth.
Just the tip.
Shut up, man. You get on my nerves. I swear. He get on my nerves.
How much longer we got? Can we go and go out now?
Yeah.
Do we need to go out now or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, thank y'all. Bye.